Okay, so my third new technology for our 5 new technology assignment is a website called MobyMax. It is something that we have been using in our district probably for about a year and a half for sure. It was initiated really by our technology teacher. She said, "You guys have got to give this a shot. It's a free site. It's an opportunity for us to do a quick placement test on our students, and from there the computer generates in language and in math and in science activities that would be leveled appropriate or age appropriate or skill appropriate, whichever way you want to look at it, for each student." Like I said, the site is called MobyMax. It's a very helpful site for us to use for not just centers, but enrichment activities, as well as reteaching opportunities. But like I said, it's called MobyMax, and what I thought I would do is I would go ahead and show you basically their welcome or get started video, because it does probably a better job. It does a better job than what I would do to kind of explain all the ins and outs of what it does. One of the things I like about it is you as a teacher can add any student that you want. You can have as many students as you want, and you can section those students off into different sections or groups or whatever. So if you've got a team working at a table group for a center, that can be, group 1, and then you can have a group 2 come in, and you can just put them in different places. You can share those students with other teachers. So as I mentioned in one of my previous videos, Mrs. Casper is one of my colleagues, so I can have a student in one of my MobyMax activities, and I can share that student with her, especially since we do a lot of group work, and we share students, especially during reading time. But I'm going to go ahead and show you just part of their getting started video, and then I'll kind of jump in and talk a little bit more about it as it goes through.
Hello, and welcome to MobyMax. One of the great benefits of using Moby is how easy it is to get started. The first step is student registration. To do this, we will click on the roster button. Here on the roster screen, we can register one student at a time, bulk register by using our wizard, or import students using a provided spreadsheet. Let's do the easy one and register one student at a time by clicking the Register New Student link. Choose a grade level and the student ID, enter the first name and the last name, and then click the Register button. We'll see the student we registered appear on the roster screen. There's no limit to how many students you can register, so feel free to add as many as you like. On the roster screen, you can create and place your students in groups, share or transfer students with other teachers, adjust your settings, or print a parent letter. You will also find instructions for sign-in located in the bubble on the right. After signing in, students will see the subjects available. Students will either start with an adaptive placement test or lessons based on their registered grade level, depending on the subject selected. If students sign out, we will save their place so students can work right where they left off.
I'm going to go ahead and pause the video right there. One of the benefits that they do offer with this site is that the students can pause and come back to the exact place that they left off on. And it will go ahead and add more lessons as needed for the students as they continue on in their growth, which is great. Nothing I have to necessarily come over and resubmit or add into. I can do all of those things, but we definitely find the benefit of it holding the kids' place as they are working through, so they're not frustrated when they come back to an assignment that they've lost anything that they've done before.
Once students begin working, you'll be able to immediately see their results. Let's take a look at the math results by clicking on the Math button, and then clicking Placement. Here we can see the grade level proficiency for Jean is 3.7 from the placement test. By clicking on the grade level, we can see her proficiency on each Common Core standard and identify her skill gaps.
Okay, so here in the state of Kansas, we are in that new Common Core standard-based grading situation, and we have found it in our school since we switched over to standard-based grade cards that this is a very helpful tool for us. We can exactly see where some of their deficits are. We can see where those are at, and then we can fine-tune our lessons, our more guided instruction, our whole group instruction for those students. We can even pull them off, like I mentioned earlier, into centers, and Center A could be working on addition and subtraction within 20, while maybe Group B, the second group, is working on understanding the meaning of equal signs or whatnot. But this is a very helpful benefit of MobyMax.
To fill in those math skill gaps, Moby automatically assigns lessons based on the placement test. Though the lessons are assigned automatically, you have full control to delete, reorder, or assign new lessons. Under the Progress tab, you will see the grade level proficiency and standards pass growing quickly as your students complete lessons. Click on a student's name to get a progress summary or a detailed history of activities. You can also keep track of student progress by assigning custom assessments. Create assessments for a grade level, standards, or even specific skills. Student performance on assessments will then become a part of progress monitoring reporting.
And you might be thinking, well, that sounds like a lot of things that a teacher can do to aid the student. Yes, and there's not always a lot of time in the classroom to get those things done. But MobyMax can be logged in from at home. Teachers and parents can log in, our administrators can log in, but this is a site that the kids can then use on their own time as well.
To make sure students are reaching learning milestones, visit the Goals and IEP tab. Use Daily Goals to keep tabs on student numbers, and use IEP goals to create individualized education plans that are automatically tracked. Though we only looked at math, other subjects in Moby follow a similar flow to what we just reviewed. Some subjects offer special features, like short answers, time sprints, or manipulatives. Classroom tools are built into MobyMax to help you stay on top of day-to-day classroom work. Use Messenger to stay in touch with students and parents, use the wall to post assignments and schedule events, and use Clicker to poll students on questions. We also have most of our curriculum available in a printable format under worksheets. Be sure to try some motivational tools to keep your students excited to use Moby. Print fun badges to reward your students' hard work. Use contests to push students to practice more at school and at home. Award students time to play fun games. And assign vibes to reward and correct behavior.
As we know, it's really important to motivate our students, and fortunately or unfortunately, depending on the way you view it, games on the computer as well as earning rewards does motivate our students to move forward. So we make sure we add in some of those pieces quite often in the middle of lesson. It's not just lesson after lesson or placement test after placement test. We do add in game time as well as rewards.
Moby has been built to be automatic, so all you have to do is have your students sign in and work on their lessons to fix their missing skills. There's no extra work for you, but at the same time, you have full control and can adjust anything you like. If you have questions, click the Help link and then the Contact Us link. Send us a message or just give us a call. We can't wait to help. Well, we have made it to the end and you are ready to begin using MobyMax. We take pride in delivering a great product with a personal touch. Good luck! We're glad to have you on board.
Okay, so that's their getting started video. As you can see, it's got some great opportunities for our students to be using free websites that link up with their level of learning. It's got games and initiatives. that are fun and engaging for them to do. It allows teachers to link it straight to the standards, Kansas standards that we're working on. And that's been beneficial across the board for our school. We've really enjoyed this site and what it has to offer for our students, and I hope you can as well.